Welcome everyone, welcome to episode 8 of Mental Health for Me Series 5. This is filmed just after, a few days after the 7th episode's been out. Just to look at the stats so far and to answer any questions that may be left for me. So, I hope you have watched some of this series. Maybe, I know not everyone watches the whole videos, but I hope it's helped someone or it's there as a continuation from the series 4, you know. I hope it's been a bit educational. It was interesting filming it, because I filmed it all in one go, of course, and edged out. So anyway, let's look at the stats, shall we? So episode 1 was a month ago. As I'm filming this, it's the 1st November, so yeah. So we got 21 views, which, not bad for the first episode. I think it did just as good as Series 4. Episode 2 got 22 views, and it got 12 views on episode 3. So it did dip a bit, but I'm expecting that anyway. It normally does that. And then episode 4 got 10 views, 5, 13 views, episode 6, 13 views, and episode 7, 11 views. So it's dipping. The first episode is always the best episode, you know, it's just the way it is. I need to look into that more, and Series 6 needs to be a bit different, a bit more catchy, a bit more. I said this when I did have Series 4, didn't I? I said Series 5 will be a lot better, but it's just the same. So I need to really kick it up a gear for next season. Such as the production value, maybe the quality of the video or the audio, or just adding bits into the video rather than me sitting down talking. I need something to eye catch. Any tips, any advice, please comment, you know. But I did get a couple of messages off one person on the first episode. David Green 2801 1 month ago said, "Love your idea of life being like a Jenga block." Yes, fresh fruit and vegetables would be way cheaper than the rich. Actually, there's a question: do you find that you are affected by weather, especially bad weather in winter time? That's a good question, because as I'm recording this, we've got the storm here. It's starting to get a bit more windy. Tomorrow's supposed to be about 73 mile an hour winds. Now, when I lived in Staffordshire, the cold weather didn't bother me. The wind and the rain and the snow, I loved it. Well, to an extent, of course, you know what I mean? I've never been a hot weather person. I don't get this seasonal disorder when it gets darker nights and darker mornings. I love it. It's fantastic. It's my favourite time of the year. I don't get depressed and stuff because of that. I get more depressed when it's hot at night and daylight's longer. You know, I like the dark kind of thing. So yeah, it used to fade, but in the past few years, it's been a bit of a role reversal. Maybe because I'm getting older. You know, I think I still don't get this seasonal thing. I still like the rain and stuff, but I do like the sunny days with a bit of a breeze, not too much of a breeze. You know, being by the sea, I suppose, it grows on you more. I still don't do hot weather, but I'm not really affected by it. I'm affected by the hot weather, not the when it's cold. Of course, if it's minus and stuff like that, yeah, it does. I mean, I'm not built to last through all the cold weather. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, that's that answered, I think. Question 2, same guy, David Green, the same video, the first video. Do you find that news broadcasts which are not supported to be biased, but usually are, as well as there's contents of newspaper which can be hellish, they tend to be very negative, and depressing on the one hand, and awash with ghastly, seedy tales, then ruin your day focused on I used to wake up in the morning and watch BBC News. It was one of the things I did it in the morning before I went to work. Caught up with the news and stuff, which I don't do now. I may look at BBC News website for a few minutes and go, yeah, okay. But yeah, I think hearing one side of the news, you need to hear a few different sides. Like you've got the American news channels, you've got the Russian ones, and some of them give a different outview, different outlook, maybe more negative, maybe more positive, maybe that kind of stuff. I just feel that with social media today, the news, the bad things that happen are more prominent because we are in touch with everyone now. Give it 10 or 1980s or 1990s. If anything happened in America, we didn't really know about it until a week later or something, or a few days later. It's the speed in which you get the news. Most of the negative things that are happening now have always been happening, but we're just more prone and more able to see it and hear it. And yeah, I think the internet has made the world a smaller place. So anything that happens in Australia or other side of the world is like right on our doorstep because we hear about it straight away. It's just that. So I tend to see it in that way. Yeah, you get the bad news of these gun shootings and stuff like that, and people being knife crimes and stuff, which is going on for many, many, many years, but it gets more prominent. It's awful when it happens. It's awful when people lose their lives. It's stupid little people. I don't see why people should have the human rights when they're lost, when they've taken someone else's away. I don't think that's right. If someone's taken someone's life, a meaning to, and they claim human rights, I don't think they should get it, honestly. It's just one of them things, but that's just my view. But yeah, it doesn't really affect my mental health, the negative news. But then again, as I said, I don't really, when I look at BBC News website, I don't click on every little news article. I just look at the headlines and just keep going till I find a headline that's draws me to it, and I'll click it. So I don't read every bit of news. It's like recently we lost Matthew Perry, Chandler. That's upsetting. That's really upsetting. He was going through so much. He had a lot of support, a lot of good friends, and he's left. He's left a legacy. The whole series of friends and all the stuff that he's done. And then you've got Bruce Willis with dementia or something, and he can't talk, he can't communicate properly. I mean, you live your life in these action films and that kind of stuff, and then that happens. It's awful. My heart goes out to his family and friends and stuff, But things like that, I mean, it's part of being human. We're human beings. We are drawn to the news, especially doom and gloom, because it makes your life feel better, kind of thing, It makes your life not so bad. It's daft to say, but yeah, don't know. Anyway, so I'll be working on Series 6, strategizing it. I'm going to take quite a few months to plan it this time rather than the last few days. So, but anything could happen between now and then. So I can structure something and it could change a heartbeat, Yeah. So thank you, David Green, for your comments, and Raymond Tackler, who's commented now and again. Thank you so much. Keep watching my channels. I've got 3 channels, and until I guess next September, I'll do Series 6. Anyway, I'll try not to record it in only one go. I'll try and record it through the year, bits by bits, and add it all together, kind of thing, So, yeah, I'll do it a bit differently, more interesting. So thank you again, and I shall catch you soon.